Yo, what up, friends? If you have not been paying attention to the Diddy trial, wowzers, wowzers, wowzers. It has been a crazy, crazy trial. 8 weeks of intense, obviously, discovery through witnesses, and the main one being, as we know, Cassie Ventura. And as you know, I've been updating you on this show weekly about what has been going on in this trial. It's been explosive. Obviously, we all know about the stuff between Cassie and Diddy that happened in the hotel, the actual um uh violence that had occurred. We also know about uh, another witness who said she was dangled off the balcony. She was also an assistant. We heard about another witness who was also an assistant and was also treated horribly and abused mentally and other things like this. So we heard explosive, explosive discovery. And now finally it is all over. Yes, the fat lady has sung, and there has been a verdict in the Sean Diddy Combs trial. After 8 weeks, he has been convicted of 2 federal felonies, but acquitted on 3 more serious, the most serious charges against him. So, as you know, if you've been watching this show, as I've been talking about this case every single week that it's been happening, you've been getting all your great information from me, and I appreciate that. As I've been saying from the beginning, there were multiple reasons I thought that he was going to get off of especially the RICO charges. I said it every week. I didn't see any racketeering or conspiracy charges. There's no conspiracy. You usually need more people. You need multiple people within a business to conspire. And it just didn't reach that in my eyes. I said the whole time, the only thing I thought really could be done was the prostitution charges. And that's exactly what happened. So if you were listening to me, well, good on you, because you were able to be informed and tell the rest of your people. But yeah, as I mentioned from the beginning, the first thing that tipped me off was that Sean Diddy Combs pled not guilty and didn't take a plea deal, which I said at the beginning of the trial meant either he's crazy or he knows he's going to get off, one or the other. Well, he had proved to be the latter, as he got off of what was the most important to him charges, because he was facing life in prison. Now he no longer faces that. At most, he could get 10 years, and they're saying that he's not even going to get that. Each violation of the Mann Act, MANN Act, carries up to 10 years in prison, which technically means he could face 20 in as maximum years in prison for the 2 violations of the Mann Act for prostitution, transportation across state lines, all of this different stuff that we heard about through the case. So what will happen? Legal experts are saying there's no way he gets 10 years. That would be too harsh. He has no criminal history. So the judge is going to go lenient on him, which is just like, wow. I mean, yeah, he didn't, I guess, technically do anything wrong except for being a horrible person. But I mean, he did do some definitely prostitution. Anyways, so they're saying, former federal prosecutor Nima Ramani, excuse me, madam, says as little to 15 to 21 months with time served. So we're looking at Diddy getting 15 to 20, so a year and a half to 2 years at the most is what she has said. And she is a former federal prosecutor. So the one thing they're wondering now: will Sean Diddy Combs actually be remanded back into custody, or will he be let out on bond awaiting his sentencing? Because obviously, now that they found out what the verdict is, now they actually have to await sentencing. And so what they could do is they could actually send him home on bond while he is awaiting sentencing. Now, the judge, funny enough, said, and this will probably indicate to you what's going to happen here, but he said there would be no way that, basically, essentially, no way Diddy would be crazy enough to run away, right? he would be nothing short of a fool to violate the court order. Is exactly what the judge said. So he doesn't think that he's liable to flee. I mean, I wouldn't put that past him. I mean, he could just go to some foreign island and never get found again. I mean, what are we talking about right now? I mean, yeah, he's probably not going to make it through security of any airports. But what if he knows somebody with a private jet that'll let him get on and get out? You never know. Look, I mean, look, I don't have any say in this, but if it were me, I would say you'd probably even just for safeguarding purposes, you would just keep the person there, no matter who they are. But especially if they got money and avenues to get out of the country, you would think you probably really would. Either way, doesn't matter. I just come to tell you that, again, he was only convicted on the prostitution, but he was not found guilty for the sex trafficking. He was not found guilty for racketeering. He was not found guilty for conspiracy, excuse me. So they tried to focus on that. New York did. They were not able to get him on the RICO charges. And again, I mean, I didn't see it. I just couldn't. There was nothing there that said there is a conspiracy going on to laundry money, to engage in prostitution. The only person that was doing anything really here was his nasty ass with all this stuff he had. I don't know, man. I'm not a cuck, so I don't wish to watch other people have sexual engagement, but whatever, do what you do. But what I will say is that it just didn't have anything. There was no meat to it. As wow, pause tremendously on no meat to it. But either way, that is where we are now. Again, innocent of the 3 most serious charges, convicted of the 2 lesser charges. Sean Diddy Combs is looking at a maximum 20 years. Federal prosecutors are saying nowhere close to that will he get. He will get about 1.5 to 2 years is what they are estimating. So, wowzers, what a change of events and things that have transpired over this case. But it has been a whirlwind, and it has been, pretty crazy to watch. I've stayed up to date to it every day. And by the way, I got to give a shout out, Laura Coates on CNN. You did a tremendous job. You're a professional anyways, but just a tremendous job on this, covering it every day, going very, very in-depth. It was where I got my news from, bringing in witnesses from the court and things like that as well. Ashley Banfield on MSNBC. I like her too. She's funny, but she as well was updating people pretty much on a daily basis, except where we had some other things going on. Last week, I had my show. I talked about the end of the Sean Diddy Combs case. So let's get into what happened. He was acquitted on 3 of the 5 charges, but he will be convicted on 2 federal felonies related to engagement or transportation to engage in prostitution. But those are the lesser counts. He did not get convicted for the higher counts of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. He is expected, even though under the MANN violations that he has, which is the Mann Act, which is transportation of prostitution, he can get up to 20 years. But since he has no prior criminal history, the judge is not expected to give him anything close to that. And it is said, legal experts are saying anywhere from 1.5 to 3 years only, because of time served as well, which has been almost a year now. It's about 1.5 years. So, what are your whole thoughts on this wild case?
I have more thoughts that are going to extend your program, so I'll try to be as brief as I can be.
Cool. All right.
First, I think it's BS, respectfully. I'm not going to say the word. He only got charged with 2 out of the 5 crimes. Both of those 2 crimes will carry 10-year sentences. He will probably only serve 5 tops. That was my initial thought. That was my initial thought.
Is that with time served?
No, that's not with time served. So it could very well be 3 years. Okay. But again, like, he can't say more money, more problems, because, this is a problem he created on his own. He can't. Yes. And he's not going to go bump, bump, bump in the night, because, and I keep going on with this. I could.
Don't stretch it. Don't stretch it.
but the point is this. You knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing. Don't sit there and tell your kids, I'll be all right. Say you're sorry. for messing up their lives. But more to the point, there's a reason why Mace left him. There's a reason why other people left him. There's a reason why he was doing what he was doing. And I'm actually heartbroken for Cassie Ventura because I thought there might be something that could stick there with the prostitution, with what she was being made to do. But the charges didn't.
Well, they are getting him on the prostitution. They're just not getting him on.
No, they're not getting him on. My apologies. Yeah, they're not getting him on sex trafficking. And, right. I wish they were. I kind of wish they were. Because the video evidence is there. The stories are real. She didn't make this up. And, it just, if he goes to jail, hopefully R. Kelly is his sweet mate. I don't know. I'm kind of livid, to be honest, because I've given it some thought, but I am kind of livid that they didn't find charges that could stick. Because if you're going to do that kind of crime, if you're going to engage in those sorts of crimes, my view is that you should do the time. You did something wrong. You did it wrong. You let your freak offs go like a little too far, and you got to pay the piper. But I don't know how this is going to be received once he gets out of jail. If his career is over, great. I'm okay with it. Are you okay with it if his career is over?
Oh yeah, I don't care. I never liked his music anyways. Okay. I did obviously love Biggie, and we wouldn't have Biggie without Diddy. But Diddy's music personally, no, I never cared for Diddy's music, so I could care less. But a lot of people are saying, a lot of stars, including Suge Knight, who called in to CNN from jail, says that he's probably going to have a hit record in 6 months. And everybody will start dancing to it.
Okay, we'll see what happens. I think music nowadays.
I don't think it'll be that soon, but I do believe that in America, if he got out of jail in a few years, I do believe that he would be welcomed right back into the entertainment.
I don't know if he would be immediately, because you see the kind of entertainment that's being put out nowadays. We're getting a lot of strays are being caught tonight, so this is going to be another thing that's going to get caught into the web. But music sucks now, so the bar is on the floor, to make a hit. So it's all he has to do is just rap for 15 seconds and he's got a viral TikTok hit.
That's it.
That's all he's got to do.
Yep. That's it.
But I am quite livid that he didn't get, because I feel bad for Cassie Ventura. So I'll just leave it there.
You should. Everybody should. That was disgusting what he did to her and other women. And do I think that they should have at least got him on sex trafficking, and they probably could have? Yes. But in terms of the RICO and conspiracy, there's no fucking way. For racketeering and conspiracy that they were going to get him, because there just was no criminal enterprise. There was no business involved in the actual acts. It was just him being a nasty person.
And there, you can only be a nasty person for so long in this world before things catch up to you.
Subscribe on YouTube at Ball and Buds for sports and entertainment.